Hey guys, let's take a look at this question where we have to write an equation in point slope form. So let's think about that formula. That is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And that formula, along with a lot of others, is in your dashboard. Under Algebra Resources is actually right there at the top. You don't even have to pick a section under Algebra Resources to see the formula sheet. So you can download that and kind of have that in front of you so that you can just keep referencing it. And the cool thing is that usually you end up memorizing a lot of them just because you use them so much without even really trying to memorize them. So, okay, so that's the point slope form. We are looking to write an equation in that form parallel to the given line. So the given line is here. And notice that this is in y equals mx plus b, which is slope intercept form. That's also on your formula sheet. So that's kind of helpful because we know that m is the slope. Anytime we see that in an equation like this. And then parallel lines always have the same slope. I mean, that makes sense. They're slanted in the same direction, right? If they're parallel to each other. So they're going to have the same slope. So think about the slope here is the number in front of x. So the slope here is -3. That means the slope for our point, our line that's parallel, is also going to have a -3 slope. So now we're using the information that we're given. We're using a slope of -3 and the point that we were given. And we're going to write the equation in this new format here. So I'm going to do that here. So y minus y sub 1. Think about your coordinate point. That's just an x, y coordinate. And so that's like your first x, your first y. So y minus -2. So minus -2 is +2 equals m, and m is -3. And then x minus the first x, which was 3. And that's it. Like, as far as writing point slope form, you're done. So that's super nice. That is very straightforward. And then we have to graph the two lines. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this one. I'm going to start at the point they give us. They tell us that it's going to run through 3, -2. So I'm going to go write 3 down 2 and put a point. And then I'm going to use the slope. The slope is -3. And I know that's like rise over run for slope. And if it's -3, that's like -3 over 1. So I know that it's going to go downward, right, as we go to the right. I know negative slope. I just have to think about how it's going to do that. So 1, 2, 3, right 1. Or I could go up 2, 3, and left 1. Either way, I'm getting this negative slope as we go. So something like this is what my line looks like. Okay. Now let's go back and let's graph the original one. So the original one is here. And y equals mx plus b. I know that tells me to begin at -1. So I'm going to go down 1 on the y-axis and plot that point. Let me make it really big so we can obviously see it. And then slope is the same, -3 over 1. So down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. Or I could go up 3, 1, 2, 3, left 1. Either way, that's going to give me a nice negative slope. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm on the right points. Okay. All right. So now take a look at those. And generally your lines should look parallel. I mean, they should look like they're approximately parallel. Of course, if it was, if the computer had done it, right? If some sort of technology had created this, it would look beautifully perfect. But yours should generally look like they're parallel lines. Okay. That's that. I hope it helps.